is up a pawn, and he's the one who's putting the pressure. That pawn could not have been captured. White would have gone f4 in that position, gotten the rook into the game. You look at Hikaru, the shake of the head is back. That is not a happy Hikaru on the camera. He knows that he needs a miracle to survive against the world #1. Magnus, is he going to go all out? Will he get aggressive? He does it. F-pawn goes forward. The rook about to swoop in. He first attacks black rook on h4, and he's surprised. Did he just forget about the f4 pawn?
Magnus, I think, had pre-moved, or almost pre-moved. He was ready to block a check by dropping his knight back, and he's lucky, Magnus, that this is still very good. The computer says +4 still, but I think he hallucinated. He thought the black rook was going to come one square further down, and he dropped his knight back to block this check. He saw the black rook moving. He assumed it was that check. That was the only move he was considering, but the knight block happened anyway, so he's forgotten about this pawn, but the black rook there is actually trapped.
Yeah, he's not taking it, is he? He's going into a bit of a think, is Hikaru Nakamura, and as much as he would like to take it, that is very, very few viable squares. This is awkward as heck for him right now. I don't know. What is going on?
And what a miss by Magnus there. You know, he's still thinking about it. He sort of almost pre-moved this idea. He could have just gone in with the rook. That pretty much would have been match over, game over. Grabbed that pawn on b7, pushed his own pawns. But instead, thinking that h4 square was actually the h3 square, giving a check to the white king. But Hikaru, he still can't grab the pawn on f4. It is still completely winning for Magnus. And I think he knows it. If
you're judging this game by the facial expressions of both players, they both seem disappointed with themselves right now, but for very, very different reasons. And it's rook g4 that ends up getting played.
Hikaru, his eyes were looking up. That's either at the clock or at the resign button. The white rook is coming in. The black rook takes that pawn anyway, but now white goes pawn hunting himself. 2 pawns to 0 on that left flank. They're going to stream forward now. There's even some flashy tactics. Rook takes f7 is a check to try and trade the rooks off. There we go. Magnus takes it. A knight fork incoming. It's going to be a knight endgame. We've seen a few before, but 3 versus 1 in terms of pawns. Hikaru is done.